What's up, YouTube? Daniel back for another video for the channel. So as you can see for this one, this will be about alcohol. So essentially, this is more targeted towards men, I would say. I don't really know the exact reasons as to why women would drink. I mean, it's kind of just inebriates like the mind, like for men. But I mean, another reasons why men drink, so I've experienced, I can understand why they continue to drink. So I'll go into the reasons why they they do that, and also why they have to stop, and just anyone in general should stop drinking. But essentially, number one reason men drink is liquid courage. I would say it's like the biggest reason that I've seen. Um, Essentially, most men are very logical in terms of coming out of work, and they have to go into like a social setting. So alcohol helps to kind of flip that switch. Flipping that switch means kind of turning off your brain, and essentially that's what alcohol does. It just turns off parts of your brain the more you drink, inebriating yourself. And this allows men to get more into their like emotional side, have different energy, be more unstifled, and this will help you in socially, especially with women. So it's called liquid courage because um, men use it as a crutch because they don't have the foundations to do that consciously. So they have the alcohol do it for them. So it just shuts out part of their brain, and they're able to be this different person, and get lucky, as they call it. Essentially, this is the main reason. The other reason would be mostly for social settings. They don't want to be the weird guy. Maybe it's to be accepted into some kind of group. And everyone, when they go out and like let's say you're working a corporate job, it's usually like get drinks is like an excuse to like just kind of let loose and be the person you always want to be, or don't have the guts to be without the alcohol. So I mean, yeah, it gets pretty bad for people. Like that's the one reason why I never did enjoy drinking, because I've seen people that kind of just become two different people, and I think it's just something that I don't respect, because yeah, you're just using it as a crutch, and you're not able to put in the self development to just do that. I mean, the liquid courage one is something that I've seen and something that I worked on personally. So when I was working on just being able to be more social and get better relationships in my life, I went a whole year sober. So I went to the club without a drop of alcohol, and was approaching women, um, and other men, stuff like that, and just going on sober. And I mean, that was like probably one of the most difficult yet like most rewarding times of my life, because yeah, you don't know how much you depend on something like alcohol until you do that. And I mean, the main reason why guys do it, like I said, it's number one reason. It's pretty pathetic. Like, you should have the ability to fucking go approach a woman, no matter how much how we feel, whether it's like anxiety or nervous, and just have the foundations to build attraction, and consciously get into a state where you can be more energetic, less logical, because women don't like anything that's too logical. You can bore women with like questions of like, oh, so where do you work, like, do you go to school? Like, women want energy and fun. So if you're able to do that without the alcohol, that's a reason why, like the main reason why men wouldn't drink. So I could tell you now that like a lot of men would stop drinking if they could just learn that skill. But anyways, that's the two reasons why. And I mean, the reasons why you should not be drinking are way more. Number one being health reasons. Like, before there should be like myths going around. We don't have that much information that we do now in terms of, if it's alcohol, if a bit of alcohol is actually good for you, and like basically exposing yourself to small amounts is good for your liver or your body in general. It's been debunked. It's not good at all. You can watch Andrew Huberman podcast on that. And essentially, yeah, even like a little shot of alcohol it's literally poison to your body. There's no benefit at all to it. Um, like I said, long term is even worse. Like it promotes brain brain memory loss. You're more likely to get dementia. There's other things with like fat. It carries a lot of calories as well. So in terms of body fat, it increases that, especially as you get older. That's something you have to like battle against. So I mean, there's so many different like health benefits. Like I said, it's just your body injecting poison. Um, you're injecting poison into your body, and essentially it's your body then has to go when you're sleeping, go into like a different uh, mode in terms of fighting off all that stuff that's going on there, and it can't do what it's supposed to, which is like work on your digestion and if you're going to the gym and trying to keep fit, heal your muscles. And this is the time when you kind of build muscle is when you're sleeping. So I mean, you totally mitigate that whole process because your body can only do one thing at a time. And obviously, when there's poison in your fucking body, your body is trying to get rid of it as fast as possible. So you get the hangover, the headaches. You don't function properly for the next 3 days because your brain is basically, like I said, it's you've just been turning off parts of your brain and it's trying to like get back to normal state. So that's number one reason, health. Second reason is financially. I've seen so many guys, especially like young guys, throw so much money, thousands of dollars, you could say a weekend, on like trying to flex and thinking that's gonna create status for them. It does in a way, and sure, here and there you can get the girl you're looking for, but I mean, is that really worth the financial like expense you're putting yourself through? There's, like I said, it's like a crutch at the end of the day. A lot of men don't have the balls to not be able to drink alcohol and just do something organically without the alcohol. So I mean, it's something you're wasting your resources on as opposed to like investing in yourself and doing something like that. So it's super whack. Just cut that out completely, and then you can save yourself a bunch of money, or not save yourself, but just allocate your money somewhere else, somewhere that's gonna actually benefit your life, as opposed to like literally buying yourself buying yourself and people around you poison to drink for the night. That's all you're doing. So it makes no sense logically. And the third reason is it's in terms of energy kills momentum. So as you get younger, you can get away with this. I would say like from when you're a teenager, when you probably start drinking, have your first few drinks, till about like 23, 22, 23, you're able to kind of get away with like putting your body through that stress of intoxicating yourself, and then you not having as much of as much damage that you have to go through the next day in terms of recovering. But I mean, as you get older and past the age of 25, it just gets worse and worse, and just more recovery needed. You need like a full day to like get back, especially depending on how much you drink. Most people don't just drink once; they have like cups, 3 cups, 4 or 5 shots, and then that's when you start to get out of control. Especially depending on your personality, it can be more addictive, and just drink more. So I mean, yeah, especially as a man, you don't have the ability to be throwing days away like that, especially when you're young and have the most energy, and then you're the youngest you'll ever be. You should be using that time to put into just projects, things that'll move your life ahead, serving people, and using energy properly. So I mean, you're throwing away energy. Let's say I see like an analogy of a plane, like you're trying to get ahead and you're trying to make build your empire. Let's say if you're a man that's noble and wants something good out of his life, you're making momentum throughout the week. Monday starts, you're fucking off Saturday and Sunday because you're trying to drink or you're recovering from drinking. Usually you drink Friday, you recover a bit Saturday, and you go out Saturday again and then recover Sunday. So you fuck off 3 days. But then when you start again on Monday, it just becomes a cycle. So Monday you have some momentum, you're doing well, and then you just dip again. So like you never have a consistent kind of steady growth. You're always just throwing that off with alcohol. And I mean, when you're young, you don't see the the results of it that much, or the how much it actually costs you. But as you get older, you realize like, fuck, I just wasted. Like you kind of count the times that you've done that in terms of recovering and stuff like that. And I mean, for you to be able to like turn that switch on when you're young would like change your life completely and be a whole different place when you're like mid 20s and to late 20s, even your 30s. So this is something you have to realize that it's never going to get you anywhere, especially if you're trying to do big things. um, it's something you have to cut out. Like I said, it's poison at the end of the day. I'll link that podcast so you can watch it, and essentially it will debunk any kind of you know defense you think you have toward alcohol. I don't know why people try to defend that and then like ask you why you don't drink as opposed to asking themselves why they drink. I think it's like the weirdest thing ever. Since I stopped, I've seen so many people around me, kind of get the hint and realize that it's not putting their life in any good place long term. And if you can't do something like this, is something you can't do long term. Like if you're making a decision, it should be something that you can, if you can do this thing, it should be able to benefit you in a long term basis. And if you do more of it, it benefits you more. But alcohol does not do that. Like if you drink more alcohol, it just fucks you up. and just ruins things more. So something you have to take into account as a man. Like I said, for women it's a little different. They have different kind of responsibilities, priorities in terms of their life. But as a man is trying to be productive and is relied on to like provide and protect, especially for women and his family, you have to avoid the things that are not going to let you do that. And I mean, alcohol is one thing that society has accepted as normal, or like part of socializing. And I mean, it's you have to something you have to like really critically analyze. And I've told you reasons. You can find a bunch of different ones as well, and you have to really like analyze and be like, do I want to be this person the rest of my life and just follow in the crowd? And then if you follow the crowd, you get what the crowd gets. And obviously you want to get a bit more than that, and obviously way more than that if you're way more ambitious. So something to take into account. I hope this helps. Like I said, this is not all the facts. There's way more detailed facts. And like I said, if you're trying to find a defense about it, I will debunk the defense in the description. So get to it, guys. Stop fucking wasting your time on alcohol. Literally, it's stupid, and it will not get you to where you want to go. So get to winning. Use your energy productively and kill the rest of the year. Let's go.